Hey Star Trek fans, welcome back to another Star Trek news update video. We have a bit to talk about this week, so let's jump straight into the news.
I promised the Federation News Service a first-hand account of the battle.
You'll get it.
This coming weekend sees the annual San Diego Comic-Con, and as usual, Star Trek will be making its presence known at the event. On Saturday, July 26th, Star Trek takes the main stage in Hall H for 90 minutes with exclusive first looks, reveals, and surprises, according to the press release from Paramount. The event will be moderated by Robert Picardo, who is set to reprise his role as the Doctor in the upcoming Star Trek Starfleet Academy television show. As of now, there are only 2 Star Trek series currently in active production, and both will be featured in the panel. First up is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, currently in its 3rd season with 2 more on the way. Taking the stage for Strange New Worlds will be Rebecca Romijn, Ethan Peck, Jess Bush, Christina Chong, and Paul Wesley. Joining them will be executive producers and co-showrunners Akiva Goldsman and Henry Alonso Myers, along with executive producer Alex Kurtzman. The second part of the event will feature Star Trek Starfleet Academy, currently in post-production and slated for a 2026 release of its first season. Robert Picardo continues to moderate this section, and he will be joined by Starfleet Academy co-stars Holly Hunter, Sandro Rosta, Kareem Diane, Carice Brooks, George Hawkins, and Bella Shepard, as well as Alex Kurtzman and Noga Landau, the co-showrunners of Academy. While we still don't know too much about this newest addition to the Star Trek universe, I'm hopeful we'll learn a lot more during this panel. Is it too much to hope for a trailer this weekend? My fingers are crossed. Besides the big Hall H panel, attendees to the Comic-Con can also find exclusive Trek content at Paramount's off-site installation known as The Lodge, which will be set up at Happy Does, or Happy Does, I'm actually not sure which, located at 340 Fifth Avenue. You will not require an SDCC admission badge to check out the event, but the article on TrekCore.com does warn that the lines are often very long, so be prepared for a potentially lengthy wait. Also available at San Diego Comic-Con are convention-exclusive Star Trek collectibles, as well as new product debuts from various retailers. Here are a few that you might find as you roam the convention floor. Factory Entertainment has unveiled a new, gorgeous, full-size replica of the USS Enterprise D dedication plaque, complete with a wood frame. This would be a beautiful addition to any Trek fan's collection. Also coming from Factory Entertainment is a full-size replica of Gary Seven's servo device, as seen in the original series episode Assignment Earth. Finally, they have added 3 new additions to their small-scale prop replicas collection: a 3-inch tall TOS-era desktop monitor, a 7.5-inch replica of the Sword of Kahless from the Deep Space Nine episode of the same name, and a 5-inch miniature Klingon Duktag knife, first seen in Star Trek III: The Search for Spock. All of these new releases from Factory Entertainment can be pre-ordered from their website. I will have a link in the video description. Hallmark has an exclusive ornament available only at SDCC and the New York Comic-Con, a variant of their upcoming USS Titan ornament, but repainted in USS Enterprise NCC 1701G livery. It is limited to 3,000 units only, with half available at each convention. Master Replicas will also have a booth at San Diego, where their convention-exclusive Logic-E plush will be available for purchase. Logic-E was a variant of Badgie as seen in Season 4 of Star Trek Lower Decks. We'll be sure to bring you a roundup of everything we learned from San Diego Comic-Con in next week's news update. Keep an eye on this channel for any big surprise announcements, and follow me on Blue Sky at Kertrats for up-to-date information about the panels. The nominations for the 77th Annual Emmy Awards have been announced, and Star Trek received 2 nominations from the Television Academy. The series finale of Star Trek Lower Decks, The New Next Generation, was nominated in the category of Outstanding Sound Editing for an Animated Program. Its competition this year is Arcane League of Legends, Love, Death and Robots, Secret Level, and Marvel's What If. The second nomination is for Star Trek Section 31, nominated for Outstanding Sound Editing for a limited or anthology series, movie, or special. It is up against Adolescence, Black Mirror, The Gorge, and The Penguin. The Emmys will take place on September 6th and 7th. Best of luck to both sound editing teams. Finally, one last bit of merchandise news for those of you out there with extremely deep pockets. Factory Entertainment has added 4 new studio-scale Starship models to its high-end line FE Masterworks. These include the USS Enterprise NCC 1701E, the USS Reliant from Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan, the USS Voyager, and the Shrike from Season 3 of Star Trek Picard. The Enterprise E comes in at a length of 54 inches and features a removable captain's yacht, LED and fiber optic lighting, sound effects, an IR remote, a metal plaque, AC power supply, display stand, and a custom wood shipping crate. Now, brace yourselves for the price. This model will set you back a whopping $20,000. So for the price of a new car, you too can have one of these models. The Reliant and Voyager both come with similar features, but are slightly more modestly priced at only $16,000 and $18,000 respectively. For the cost, with Voyager, you will also get a plaque signed by Kate Mulgrew. The price for the Shrike has not yet been revealed. So, let me know in the comments, do you plan on picking up any of these models? And if so, I would love to be your friend.
We want to give audiences a reflection of their own world through the lens of fantasy. You know, science fiction.
All of that with weekly space adventures?
Just one release in the Star Trek universe this week, and that is, of course, the latest episode from Season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Episode 3, Shuttle to Kenfori. This episode sees Pike and M'Benga travel to the disputed world of Kenfori in search of a rare plant which may help with Captain Batel's condition following her encounter with the Gorn. As always, we will have an episode of the Positively Trek podcast out on Friday, in which Barry DeFord and I discuss this episode, and Brandy Jackala and I will be live in the Unready Room here on this channel on Saturday, July 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We'd love for you to join us there. And that's it for this week's Trek News Update. Thanks as ever to the Patreon supporters, and thank you so much to everyone for joining me this week. Watching this video is the best thing you can do, but if you are so inclined, please also hit like and share it with anybody you think might appreciate updates from the Star Trek universe. Be sure to join us again next week, as I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about from the big Hall H panel at San Diego. As always, have a wonderful week, look after each other and yourselves, and above all else, live long and prosper.